Okay, this is basically the grammar presentation that's on pages 222 and 223 of your book, and I've added a few things to it in hopes of making a little bit clearer. One thing to think about that I think helps is that, okay, you know that in English every verb in every sentence has a tense. It's also true that every verb in every English sentence has a voice. It is either active voice or passive voice. Now, most of the time we use active voice, but sometimes, for some special reason, we use the passive voice. Okay, when you change a sentence from active voice to passive voice, what's happening is the subject becomes the object of the passive sentence, and the object becomes the subject of the passive sentence. And a passive sentence can only happen if the verb is transitive. A transitive verb is one that has an object, and if it's not a transitive verb, it can't be passive. And these are some simple examples from the reading that you just did. Cooper hijacked the plane is an active sentence with subject, verb, and object. If I put it into the passive, it comes out the plane, so the object becomes the subject, was hijacked, and you see I have the verb to be in the past tense. Okay, here this is the active verb in the past tense, so when I change it to the passive, I have to use the verb to be in the past tense. And then I add the past participle. And you'll find in the back of your textbook, there's a list of all the verbs. Usually the past participle has an ed on the end of it. If it's an irregular verb, it might be something different. And then the old subject may become this object of a preposition at the end, but often, in fact, when you create a passive sentence, there is no object at the end, because a reason for using the passive is that this by is either obvious or I don't want to say, or there's some reason for not saying who actually hijacked the plane. For example, here when in the active sentence I say someone found the bills, the money. The passive sentence, the bills were found. And I don't tell by whom, because actually we don't really know by whom. And it's not really important by whom, and that's why I'm using the passive voice. Okay, so here is just a list of how the passive looks in different verb tenses. Okay, you're using the verb to be to carry the verb tense, and then it's always followed by the past participle. And I'm just going to go through these and let you listen to them. Okay, in the simple present, hijackings are investigated by the FBI. That's in general. That's the general rule. Present progressive, right now, several hijackings are being investigated. In simple past, the hijacking was investigated by the FBI. Or in the past progressive, other hijackings were being investigated. This is my dog you're going to hear barking in the background. He's barking at cats outside, and there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, in the future, I can say the hijacking will be investigated by the FBI. Or the present perfect, the hijacking has been investigated by the FBI. Or the past perfect, the hijacking had been investigated by the FBI. Future perfect, the hijacking will have been investigated by the FBI.